is a magic number. Yes, it is. It's a magic number.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a triple play podcast called Three is the Magic Number. My name is Britton, Allan, and I call it Three is a Magic Number because I like the song from Schoolhouse Rock, and I also like to look at the lineups every single day for all 30 MLB teams to see which players are moving on up the ranks to the top of the order to hit 1, 2, or 3, because that's where you maximize your plate appearances. You get the most plate appearances if you hit in those prime spots. So that's why managers put their best hitters up at the top of the batting order. I'm not a math guy, but it kind of makes sense. You put the guys that are going to hit the best at the top of the order, and that's been a tried and true way. So, a lot of teams have established players at the top of the order. George Springer, Vladimir Guerrero, those players, Bo Bichette, like on the Toronto Blue Jays. But most teams are not as fortunate to have those type of hitters. So they have to put like their hitters that are on a hot streak at the top of the order. And today I've got three. See what I did there? Yeah. I got three hitters who are super hot. I'm very excited to talk about these players, including one who's only 18% rostered, and he's hitting second for the Houston Astros. It's crazy. But before I talk about him, I want to give a quick, real brief shout out to my guest host last week, Mr. Kevin Hastings from Pitcher List, and he has a podcast called On the Wire with Adam Howe. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite podcasts. So quick shout out to him. Thank you, sir, for being here last week. This week, it's just me, myself, and I, De La Soul style. But let's just dive right into these players. The player I mentioned that's hitting second for the Houston Astros is Aledmys Diaz. So he's a 32-year-old infielder. Yordan Alvarez went on the IL, unfortunately, very unfortunately. He was having such a great year, and he's such a good hitter. I love watching Yordan Alvarez hit. So I wondered, how's the playing time? Because they brought up Jose Siri, and they have Chase McCormick, not Marisnik. Jake Marisnik plays for the Pirates, I think. Anyway, so is anybody going to benefit from Yordan Alvarez having to go on the IL? In 3 of the last 5 games, Aledmys Diaz has hit second. Wow, that's awesome for people that need somebody that can, need a little wake up call to your lineup. I mean, if you're batting behind Jose Altuve in front of Kyle Tucker, that's awesome. And the Houston Astros are awesome. They're going to score runs. They're in contention for an AL pennant. So that's a recipe for success right there. So, and I forgot to mention, why is he hitting second? It's not because he has a cool first name, which he does, but it's not because of that. It's because he's on a smoking hot tear. Like hot Poindexter style. That guy with the hair, he's saying hot. He's talking about Aledmys Diaz. He's on a 7-game hit streak. He's got 3 home runs, 7 runs scored, 6 RBI, and 1 stolen base. Hey, why not? When you're hot, you're hot. So he's been producing. He had an off day yesterday, but we'll see where they put him moving forward, because when somebody's this hot, you got to find a way to put him in the lineup. But he's a guy that he's a guy that's also very versatile as like roster construction wise. Listen to the every place that he's played for the Houston Astros on Fangraphs is where I got it. He's played first base, second base, third base, shortstop, left field, right field. The only place he hasn't played is catcher, pitcher, and center field. He's played everywhere else. So he's eligible in a lot of places. Like I said, he's only rostered, according to Fantrax, in 18% of leagues. So he's out there. And if you have somebody on your roster that's kind of on a bad streak, 2 for 30 or something like that, and you got room, just go grab Aledmys Diaz. stick them in your lineup, stick them in your middle, stick them in your corner, and watch some categories get filled, because looks like he's going to play every day. And if he bats second like he has 3 out of 5 times, that's awesome. And with the flexibility too, if you have players that are getting rest days because all-star breaks coming up and all that fun stuff, then you can just plug him in just basically anywhere in the position eligibility. So Aledmus Diaz, who is on a smoking hot streak. On to my next player, who his team is on a smoking hot streak. That's the Seattle Mariners, on a 10-game win streak. Wow, that's awesome. And of course, a big reason is because of the Seattle Mariners superstar Julio Rodriguez. And congratulations to Mr. Rodriguez for making the All-Star game. He is a bona fide star. So that's true too. But this winning streak also coincided with the Mariners trading for Carlos Santana. And look, I get it. Nobody wants Carlos Santana. And nothing personal to Mr. Santana, but I mean, he was kind of, not doing great in the Royals to the point where they're like, see you never. But here he is in Seattle, and he's I guess loved, from what I've read, by his new teammates. It's kind of invigorated him. That old cliche. He needs a fresh start or something like that. And sometimes we all do. I hear that. But so he's been also a big reason why the Seattle Mariners are rolling. He's had 3 multi-hit games since July 4th, and he's hit 3 home runs in the past 5 games. He's batting 4th. Okay, so that's not 3. That's not 3. It's like, that's true. But look, I don't think anyone's going to call the police on me or anything for making a small little adjustment. Yeah, he's batting 4th, but he's hitting cleanup to literally the hottest team in Major League Baseball with the Seattle Mariners. Julio's leading off, so Julio's getting on base and stealing bases. So then you put Carlos Santana, batting cleanup. Hopefully somebody else is on base, and boom, we're talking a really, really good shot at RBIs and all kinds of other stats. See, that's the thing. Like Aledmus Diaz, Carlos Santana, you're going to find these guys on your wire, and when they're hitting on these hot streaks that high in the order, they're going to produce. But so you got to grab them while the getting's good, because of course at some point it's going to stop. So you just check back here next week to see who the next hot hitters are, and we just keep rolling and grinding every single step, because I know you guys have, and I have too. I've lost in 162 games and all those weeks, and I've lost by 1 RBI or 1 run or literally 1 strikeout a couple years ago. And just every little bit counts. It really does. But that's Carlos Santana for the Seattle Mariners, first baseman on a hot streak, batting cleanup for the hottest team in baseball. If you want a corner guy, he's the guy to get you some runs, some RBIs and home runs. And this next guy, last but not least, I don't know what it is about Wilmer Flores. I think it's his name, Wilmer. I love the name Wilmer. It reminds me of the Wilbur. Like every time I read Wilmer Flores, I'm like, Wilmer. But he's awesome. He plays for the San Francisco Giants. Like Aledmus Diaz, he's played first, second, third, anywhere in the infield. He's been there. He's qualified. He's position eligible, I guess is how the proper way to say it. But Wilmer Flores has been super hot lately. The last 5 games, he's hit 4 home runs and 9 RBI. Man, what if I had him on a head-to-head weekly league like that, and one player is giving you four home runs and 9 RBIs, that one player, that's awesome. So Wilmer Flores is one of the hottest hitters coming in. Now he's not going to steal bases. That's not what he does. Some of us in our in our age, he's over 30. It's like, look, I'm just not going to steal base. I'll leave that to Julio Rodriguez. But the thing is, you're not going to find Julio Rodriguez on any waiver wires anymore. So we got to make up some stats with guys like this. So when he's playing, and he's been playing regularly, and see, that's the one tricky thing about the Giants, and this is why I prefer Diaz if he's available as opposed to Wilmer Flores, is because the Giants do tricky things with their lineups. They have a lot of good players. They're all versatile, and so you never really know based on the matchup what Gabe Kapler is going to do with his lineup. But if you look at it, and I looked at the past few days, Wilmer Flores is like starting second base. Now I know Thairo Estrada is back from COVID IL, so we'll see how that pans out. But look, if you've hit 4 home runs and 9 RBIs in the last 5 games, I don't know that you get benched, but I do know that it's a long season, and Wilmer's producing, and you can plug them in just about anywhere. Like I said, first, second, or third. It's great to have that flexibility, as I said about Diaz, to because your other starters. I know you're not going to Wilmer Flores in one of your starters, but you're going to have other starters like me too, where they're going to get rest days, they're going to get hurt, they're going to get COVID, they're going to do whatever. So you got to have somebody there waiting in the wings to kind of get in there and produce. And any of these 3 players are going to produce. That is Aledmus Diaz batting second for the Houston Astros, Carlos Santana, first baseman for the Seattle Mariners, hitting cleanup for that super hot team. That's a good idea. And then last but not least, my man, Wilmer Flores for the San Francisco Giants. Hotter than all of them, hitting home runs. I mean, he's feeling it. So if you need a guy that can play anywhere on the infield or middle or corner or whatever, he's another guy to go look and see too. Out of all the guys, Flores is probably the one that's not available in your league, but if he is, go out and grab him, because it's looked like he's having a career year. So we'll try to ride that out as long as possible. So that's it. Those are the 3 guys I wanted to talk about and recommend to see if you wanted to go pick them up because of how hot they are. Hitting at the top of the lineup, Flores is batting second for the Giants, as is Aledmus Diaz, and Carlos Santana batting fourth for the Mariners. That's awesome. Go take a look at that. I might have a guest next week. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I do enjoy recording these videos, and I want to really appreciate everybody watching it. I hope it's been enjoyable and helpful, and I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time.